Before we begin, please be advised that viewer discretion is strongly recommended. None of the content presented here has been exaggerated or taken out of context. These are the exact statements made by the prosecution team and Cassie Ventura in a federal court on May 13, 2025. Some words have been censored to comply with YouTube's guidelines. What you're about to hear is a voiced reading of the Day 2 testimony from the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Source: courtroom reporter at Inner City Press on X.com. All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Listen at your own discretion. What you're about to hear is the full testimony given by Cassie Ventura today. The government calls Cassandra Ventura. How old are you? 38. What is your work? Musician and entertainer. How long were you with Sean? 10 years. Did you get in arguments? Yes, it would result in dragging. What else did he do? Me in the head. If I was down, how frequently? Too frequently. I would get black eyes, and let me show you a video. Where is this? The Intercontinental in Los Angeles. It was after a freak-off. What does that entail? The hiring of an IT person and setting it up. How did you feel when he first asked for it? Confused, nervous. I wanted to make him happy. Did you agree to one when he first proposed it? Yes. Then there were more. It wasn't something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently. I didn't know what no could turn into. What do you mean? Making him angry. What were you afraid would happen if you said no? That he had materials. What did you give the government? Laptops I've handed up. GXB. Do you recognize it? Yes, I've reviewed this drive. It has communication and documents pertaining to Mr. Combs. Did you review photos on it? Yes. What's this photo? Me in 2004 with Carrie Morgan. When did you sign with Bad Boy Records? 2006. It was a 10-album deal. Did you release any after late 2006? No. Who's in this photo? Kim Porter. She was Sean's ex from before me and the mother of his children. Where did you celebrate your birthday in this photo? In Las Vegas.
Like 2007 or 2008. Halloween.
How did Sean's moods vary?
Day to day.
When it swung, could you describe it?
Anger. Zoning out.
How did it impact you?
Greatly. The next thing I knew, I was getting hit in the face. There was also psychological. He'd tell me to watch my mouth, change my face.
How would he keep tabs on you?
We didn't live far apart. He'd send security to come find me, or a trusted assistant.
Carrie Morgan was there too. We're out on his patio, on my 21st birthday VMAs. What happened then? Sean kissed me in the bathroom. I ran back to my hotel. I told Carrie. When you got back to New York, I'd visit him at the Trump Hotel in Columbus Circle. His apartment was being renovated. What were you doing with your music career? Trying to come up with a concept. Sean called all of the shots. What is the age difference between you and Sean? 17 years. How did you feel when Sean invited you to hotels? Nervously excited, like we were going to talk about music he introduced me to. I didn't understand it. Did you visit Sean in Miami? Yes. I went with Carrie Morgan in Dallas, Austin. What did you and Sean do together? He gave me a blue dolphin on a boat. Had you once before taken unintentionally? Yes. How did you take it unintentionally? It was in Gatorade. When you took it intentionally with Sean, how did it feel? Like rolling at the time. What did you think? That we were spending a lot of time together. I thought we were monogamous. Was it made public? No. I was his artist, also his family, his children. Who was linked to him publicly? Kim Porter. How did Sean treat you at this time? We had fun. What was his lifestyle like? He had all these assistants. He could get things done. He traveled quite a bit. What's this photo? Sean and I at a strip club in New York, like 2007 or 2008 Halloween. How did Sean's moods vary? Day to day, when it swung, could you describe it? Anger, zoning out. How did it impact you greatly? The next thing I knew, I was getting hit in the face. There was also psychological. He'd tell me to watch my mouth and change my face. How would he keep tabs on you? We didn't live far apart. He'd send security to come find me or a trusted assistant. Like who? David James. Christina Corm. Was your relationship exclusive? No. Did you see other men? Yes. Did Sean see other women? Yes, he said. I am Puff Daddy. I was insanely jealous. Did you move to LA with him? Yes, he wanted to be close to his kids who were there. Where did you live in LA? 875 Comstock Avenue. How tall was the building? No more than 17 floors. Where did Sean live? In 200 South Mapleton. Sean would use a golf cart to get back and forth. Who paid your rent in LA? Sean, except when I had the house in Studio City. Why'd you pay? I could afford it then, and I wanted to have some control. It was accepted. By whom? Sean. How many songs did you write while with Sean? Hundreds. Most were never released. Some got leaked on the internet, some on mixtapes. How many albums on your deal were not released? 9. Did you get paid for them? No, the freak-offs became a job. There was no time to do anything else, but do them and then try to recover. How much time in your week would freak-offs take? The longest was 4 days. Significant periods of time. At this moment there was a break. Then they continued. Who was your manager at Bad Boy Records? James Cruz. What did he tell you? That he was managing me with one hand tied behind his back. He had to check everything with Sean. How did you make money if your records weren't being released? I did hosting parties when Sean approved them. What comments did Sean make about your physical appearance? That I look too Mexican with my hair like that. How did he like your nails? White French tipped hair. It varied. I shaved my head in 2009.
I didn't want him to just do it with someone else.
Were you able to express your concerns to him?
At this moment, the defense objected to the question, and the judge told the prosecutor to rephrase his question.
Why would you talk to him gently?
I didn't want him to be angry.
What is this?
Email between me and Sean.
What did you call him?
Pop.
Why?
He asked me what I called my grandfather. I did it, but now I think it was disrespectful.
What did you write?
I really need to.
Why did you write that?
Your body, he told me to work out. Prepare for the freakouts. How did you feel about his comments? It varied. What else did Sean pay for cars? Did he give you cash? Yes, but he would take things away depending on how he felt. What else would he take away? My self-confidence. Who would take things away? Staff, I assume. At this point there was an objection by the defense. Then the judge said to disregard the last answer. Who took your laptop and phone? Security. How long would they be gone for? However long I was being punished for. How often were you in contact with Sean's staff daily? Who are in these photos? Christina Carom and Miss Fletcher. What did you call Miss Carom? KK. And who's this drock? He was Sean's security. How frequently were you in Sean's residences? All the time. Did they all have safes? Yes. What did you observe in them? Cash, jewelry, cameras, and videotapes in New York, LA, Miami, and Alpine, New Jersey. Do you recall an incident between Sean and Suge Knight? Yes, we were having a freak-off in LA. Drock came in and said Suge was down at a diner. Sean drove over there. What was your reaction? I cried. Said, don't do something stupid. Were you ever handed a gun? Yes, we were going to a club in downtown LA. We had taken mushrooms. I was high. I was told to put the gun in my bag. I was freaking out. Who was present? A driver, security, and Sean. Another time, I saw them get dressed, grab guns, and leave in an SUV. How long were they gone? 30 or 40 minutes. Let me switch topics. How soon into the relationship did Sean mention to you first 6 months? Or a year? How old were you? 22. Why did you agree to try a freak-off? Good question. I wanted to make him happy. Where was the first off? One of his homes in Los Angeles. Who is this? The first escort. Do you know his name? No, I'll call him the first escort. Were you aware he was paid? Yes, to dance and to have with me. What drugs did you take? Ecstasy and alcohol before things started. Did you disguise your appearance? Sean said we would disguise ourselves. I wore a masquerade mask. What was a session in a freak-off? Until the escort finished. How many sessions with the first escort? At least 2. How did you feel? I was high, so I didn't feel much. Dirty and confused, and he was happy with me. Why did you feel you couldn't say no? I didn't want to make him angry or upset after he'd shared this part of himself with me. How frequent did the freak-offs become? Weekly for a consistent amount of years. When was your last one? 2017, 2018. How long were you awake during the freak-offs? I never slept. I took drugs. And do you recall all of the freak-offs? That would be impossible. Did you want to stop? Yes, I was humiliated. I didn't have those words, then I couldn't talk to anyone about it. Did you tell him you didn't want to? Yes, I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else. Were you able to express your concerns to him? At this moment, the defense objected to the question, and the judge told the prosecutor to rephrase his question. Why would you talk to him gently? I didn't want him to be angry. What is this email between me and Sean? What did you call him? Pop, pop, pop. Why? He asked me what I called my grandfather. I did it, but now I think it was disrespectful. What did you write? I really need to. Why did you write that? Because I wanted to be with him. I'll read Sean's messages. You read yours. You don't want to do any more. I'm so predictable. What did you think this meant? That he knew I didn't want to do the freak-offs anymore, but then I backpedaled. Why? To not make him angry. He could be violent. Where do you get your outfit? Pleasure chest. Elsewhere. Did you get piercings? Yes, Sean came with me. Which of his homes did you have freak-offs in? Miami, New York. What other homes? My homes all but Studio City. In what other cities? Atlanta, IA. In what hotels in New York did you have freak-offs? Trump, Gramercy, Intercontinental, 44th Street. Yes, elsewhere. Mandarin, Oriental font, and blow. What names were used? Jackie Star. I used Frank Black. What supplies were used for freak-offs? Astroglide, baby oil, condoms. Who brought the supplies? Security. Sean's assistants. Which brand of baby oil? Johnson's. How was it used? Sean said, you need to be glistening. Were there freak-offs where you ran out of baby oil? After this question, the defense objected to the question on the ground of it being irrelevant. Then the prosecutor asked this question. You also mentioned Astroglide, but it was also objected to for the same reason. Then the judge asked for a sidebar. After the sidebar they continued, we were just talking about Astroglide. How was it used?